YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Commander Ron back with another video. So, as you heard yesterday, the Commanders tight end coach Ben Steele has been arrested due to a DWI, resisting arrest, and another charge. And he was only hired 6 months ago when we were looking forward to him developing Chigo Okonkwo, having him have a breakout year, looking for him to get Ben Sinnott involved in this offense and be a H back slash tight end, if you will. So we were looking for him to develop Ben Sinnott and Chigo Okonkwo into one of the best tight ends in the league. So and over the course of his college career and his NFL career, Ben Steele has been known for developing tight ends and making them Pro Bowl players. So we'll take a look into his career and see how he has done in the course of his collegiate season and his seasons in the National Football League. So, and I believe he would have been good if he did not get arrested here in DC, only hired 6 months ago. Insane, right? Ben Steele coaching career. All right, let me go ahead and do this. Boom. And then let me grab my notes as well. Boom. We do that. We go here, click into here. Sorry, guys, I should have pulled this up earlier, but oh yes, Ben Steele. All right, so let's get this. Minimize this. Let's get this here. Let's get exit here. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Share with tab with Gemini. No, add. Nope. Let's do that. Add the new split view. All right. What am I doing? Holy cow. Add tab to new split view. No! Add tab to new split view. Thank you. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we get this picture in picture. All right. So Ben Steele in his NFL career or NFL tenure, coached for the Bucks, coached for the Falcons, coached for the Vikings and Broncos, coached for the Cardinals. He was hired as the Commanders tight ends coach in 2026, but obviously he was arrested, as you know. So let's go over his college career. So Ben Steele, college career, started coaching at Mesa State, the University of Colorado, University of California, and the last stop was at UC Davis. And he has been coaching for a while now. So he started in college, been to a few places, coached there, developed their tight ends. Probably started off as a little lower. So when I actually have those notes here, so he climbed the ranks at his college. So and you can see that. So he's been coaching for a while at different colleges, and he started climbing the ranks and like I mentioned earlier, started coaching at Mesa State where he started as an offensive assistant in 2008. He then went on to the University of Colorado for 2 seasons, and he was the operations and recruiting assistant. Then he was the graduate assistant. Then in 2011 to 2012, he went to UCal, the University of California, as a administrative assistant for the offensive staff. Went to UC Davis, where he was the tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator, recruiting players to come play for that team. So that was his last stop. So so he has experience recruiting, coaching, doing different things on the offense. So now we're going to go into his NFL career. So, like I mentioned before, he started with the Buccaneers in 2014 and he was there until 2018. He began as the offensive quality control coach for 2 years from 2014 to 2016. He was promoted to the tight ends coach in 2017 and he was in that role until 2018. And his starting tight end was Cameron Brate, who was decent in 2017. And Cameron Brate recorded 48 catches for 591 yards. He had 6 touchdowns. And then we've seen him regress ever since that 2017 season. And because at that the season after, he only had 289 receiving yards and he only had 1 touchdown that and which matched his career high the season prior. And as we see, he is now out of the NFL. Don't know what he's doing now, but best of luck, best of your endeavors, brother. I don't know. So let's move on. Ben Steele then moved to the Falcons. He served there for 2 years, to 2018 to 2020. He served as the offensive assistant and tight ends coach. So, and in 2019, his tight end was Austin Hooper, who had 75 catches. He had 787 yards, and he had 6 touchdowns, and that's when he made the Pro Bowl. So Austin Hooper was a good tight end in that season when he was there. Like I said, Ben still has a knack for developing the tight end. And we're gonna get to that in a minute, but let's go. Let's still continue through his coaching. So in 2021, he was in Minnesota as the assistant offensive line coach, and then the season after in 2022, moved to the Broncos, and he held that same title. So he was working with the offensive line, trying to get them to do, trying to get good blocking schemes, trying to help them improve, as well as their offensive line coach giving him the information he needs. Because again, the tight end is like an extra lineman, so they have to be able to block. So that's why he probably said, "Hey, I'll take this job so then I can teach my tight ends how to block or how to chip or how to do multiple things." You have to be versatile as a tight end. You can't just be a receiving tight end, can't just be a blocking tight end. But even though, yes, you have those receiving and blocking tight ends, you would like to have a tight end that can do both. So, and in 2023, he moved on to the Cardinals, and he served as the tight ends coach there until last season. And he developed a Pro Bowl tight end in Trey McBride. And McBride did start his career off slow in his first season, only having 25 catches, 25 yards in his first NFL season in 2022. And he only had 210 yards and how many touchdowns? And 1 touchdown. In 2023, he had a great receiving year, recording 825 yards and 3 touchdowns, in which he earned a Pro Bowl nod. And in 2024, which was his first 1,000 yard season, he had 1,146 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2025 was his breakout year, where he had 126 catches, the most for a tight end ever in a single season, and recorded 1,239 yards, earning another Pro Bowl nod, and he had a career high 11 touchdowns. So, and obviously we know Ben Steele was hired by the Commanders this offseason, but was arrested due to a DWI charge, and he was fired yesterday. So, as you see, Ben Steele has a knack for developing the tight end. And it would have been a joy to see him develop Ben Sinnott, develop a guy like Chigo Conquo, help John Bates get even better as a pass blocker, even though he is already the best pass blocking tight end in the league. So I was honestly looking forward to what he could do. But when you're resisting arrest and doing stuff like this, you don't deserve a job. I'm sorry. And Adam Peters and Dan Quinn acted quickly because they said, "Hey, we want a good culture. This is not setting the tone for a good culture and for the season coming forward." So hopefully we can get a good replacement today, and hopefully we can develop the tight end like we're supposed to without him. And hopefully Chigo Conco has that same impact without one of the best tight end coaches in the league. So, and that'll do it for this episode of Small Talk. And I will see you guys later tonight and tomorrow. Peace.